CBS News Chief White House Correspondent Major Garrett is outside of Donald Trump's assigned polling place there in Midtown Manhattan and is making some time for us today. Major, before we get to today, let's talk about an eventful day for the campaign yesterday, a shakeup within it. It's now centralized power in the hands of recently hired convention manager Paul Manafort and political director Rick Wiley. It has also reduced campaign manager Corey Lewandowski's role. So with Trump, again, looking to win big today in his home state, why this change and what does it mean for the campaign going forward?
Well, Josh, it's important to understand this has been a rolling shakeup of the senior management of the Trump campaign. The decisive moment really occurred right after the Wisconsin primary when Donald Trump met with Paul Manafort and set in motion what we have seen transpire over the next 2 weeks, which is a gentle but nevertheless methodical consolidation of power by Paul Manafort within the new Trump organization and taking much of that power away from Corey Lewandowski. All the new hires are Manafort hires. Rick Wiley is one of them. William McGinley is a new one who's coming in from a powerful law firm in Washington, D.C. He is an expert on delegate rules and RNC procedures. He's coming into the campaign. A guy named Rick Gates, who was Paul Manafort's right-hand man at his consulting and lobbying firm, also joining the campaign to work on primaries, delegate acquisition, and a lot of the mechanics underneath the campaign. So what you're seeing is Paul Manafort, with the support of Donald Trump, putting together a team that is more diversified, that has stronger lines of authority, stronger lines of accountability, and more focused on the two most important tasks for this campaign as it makes its transition toward the last month and a half, which is to win the nomination outright by winning as many primaries as they can, by as large a majority as they can, and then also trying to play catch-up with Ted Cruz on this hunt for delegates in county, state, and other convention processes. I think you're going to see over the next 6 weeks a much more concentrated effort by the Trump campaign to focus on this, which is something they haven't done until now. They understand it's part of the game. Trump will continue to complain about the rules, but I predict you're going to start seeing them play those rules in ways they haven't up until now.
Well, and this new team figures, again, according to the polls, to savor a big win by day's end today. It shows Donald Trump up some 30 points on both rivals, Kasich and Cruz. So he's likely to win there. The question really becomes then, is there a sense that Cruz and Kasich will do enough, perhaps collectively, if in opposition to one another, to deny Trump at least some of the 95 delegates in play here?
So let's break it down real quickly. 95 delegates for the whole state. You win 14 if you're the statewide winner. Trump's going to win that handily. Then you win 3 in each congressional district if you have a majority plus 1 in that congressional district. If you don't, if you fall below 50%, then you have to share the delegates. Let me give you some congressional districts to look at if you want to get really nerdy with me about tonight's results.
Let's do it, Major. Let's do it.
Congressional District 7. The Congressional District 7, 12, 13, 14, and 15. They are heavily populated districts, as every congressional district in America is, except they have very few Republicans. In some cases, maybe just 13, 15, 18,000. So small amounts of Republicans in those congressional districts means you don't need to get many votes to win a delegate or two. And that's where John Kasich and Ted Cruz might pull a delegate here or there away from Trump if he falls below that 50% threshold. Trump strategists I've talked to basically put their range of delegate victory tonight between a low of 88 and a high of 92. So they feel very confident that if not sweeping the table entirely, they're going to get the lion's share of available delegates here after all the votes are counted and delegates are distributed.
Major, I will wonk with you at any time. We appreciate the time. Of course, a busy day here in New York has begun for you, my friend. We appreciate it.
Thanks.